Hey, what's up everyone? Morey Croson here, and today we're going to be going over how your height impacts your start setup and really making it so, depending on how tall you are, you get a better understanding of exactly some of the key things that you want to be focusing on when you're getting set up for your start. As always, if you like the content in the video, go ahead and subscribe to the channel, like the video here, and if you have a comment or recommendation for us, go ahead and leave that below, and we'll hop right in the video. So here we have Christian Coleman on the right side, and we have Usain Bolt on the left side. Obviously, very, very big difference within the heights here. And, what really stands out to me is the angle from, how their legs are, and then in the spine, how downward of an angle you have with Usain Bolt, obviously significantly taller than Christian Coleman in comparison to, a little bit more of a flat angle if we're looking at Christian Coleman's back, right? They're pretty similar in terms of how their legs are, okay? They were pretty similar with how their feet are in respective to the blocks, right? Everything seems to be pretty similar with those little nuances, but the big thing is just the angle that the spine has based off of the height. Now, from here, and you can kind of see that Christian Coleman does a unique thing with his foot here in the block start, where he kind of pushes his foot back into it as he's starting, right? So he kind of does that little quick motion there where he pushes his heel back and then drives that hip all the way up and through. Very similar kind of first movement there. Now we'll see the difference between Usain Bolt. Okay, so I don't think that there's a big difference from a technique perspective in what Christian Coleman's doing and Usain Bolt's doing that pertains to the height, right? I think it's just a different coaching that is showing, like, where you can see Christian Coleman has a really high left elbow, where Usain Bolt has a high left elbow, but he's not bringing it all the way up over his head. He's just kind of driving through. Different angles within their bodies too. You can see how Christian Coleman's very, very horizontal, where we have more of a vertical Usain Bolt. So it's different in terms of how their bodies are, and I think that's just due to the height, obviously. So Usain Bolt has to get his spine a little bit higher up in order to get the foot down, where Christian Coleman's able to stay a little bit more horizontal when getting that first foot down. Both of them are landing with their mostly with the toe. Both of them are also landing with your foot. Well, the foot position is a little bit different, so we can see Christian Coleman's foot is a little bit more right underneath his hip, right? Where you can see that Usain Bolt is a little bit behind with his foot. So that's a key difference within that first step and where you end up landing. So taller people might not end up having that foot be right underneath them. It looks like he's a little bit higher up onto his toe too. It looks like Christian Coleman might be a little bit further back on the balls of his foot. That just might be for the individual start, but it's another thing to just kind of take notice there, right? Another big step here, big extension. And one of the things that Christian Coleman does a great job of is staying pretty low as he gets going, where you can see that when Usain Bolt's going, I mean, he does a good job of staying low as well, but he's a lot more upright within the spine. But notice how both of them are doing a great job of keeping a lot of length here within it. I highly recommend it. There are certain guys that are able to kind of get away with having that really rounded back when they're going through the start, but for the most part, what we see with a lot of the top guys, Usain Bolt, the Johan Blake, the Christian Coleman, the Noah Lyles, those guys are the Michael Norman, those guys all have a very, very flat back when they're getting started. And I think that's something that you could really, really take, a lot of advantage of. So, some of the key differences that I see is the start angle within the spine, right? So, the hips are a lot higher up here when you're talking about somebody that's a little bit taller. And not to say that Christian Coleman's hips aren't high, it's just not as steep of an angle as it is for Usain Bolt. Landing with the foot a little bit more underneath on Christian Coleman, where Usain Bolt is a little bit more behind, okay? And then I'd say first motion and movement pattern, we have Usain Bolt, gets a little bit more verticality, where Christian Coleman gets a little bit more horizontal with that first movement. So, some three key differences that I'd see, that how your height is going to impact how you get off of the start and how that first step wants to be when you're developing your first step or start mechanics. All right, as always, guys, thanks for watching these videos. We always appreciate it. If you want to get a little bit more information about our speed program, and want to find out a little bit more about how to get faster, we have links in the description below. We can set up a Zoom call if you want to find out a little bit more information about it, or we have different options in terms of free trials and things like that. That is all in the link in the description below. Again, subscribe to the channel if you like this information. We create a lot of content for you guys that are sprinters that are looking to get faster, and we just want to continue to help people in better understanding what is the key to speed and developing speed. As always, thanks for watching the videos, and we'll talk to you soon.